Okay, so today our objective, we want to look at equations of circles on the XY plane. Okay, XY plane, Cartesian coordinate system. You know, basically we're going to be graphing. We're going to be graphing circles, okay? So 529. So this is the XY plane, obviously, x-axis, y-axis. That's the XY plane, okay? So the equation of a circle, think about this. It's going to be squared and squared. And you think about a parabola, it just kind of makes sense. You know, a parabola squared, right, curves like that. But then you square the y, and it goes all the way around and makes a circle. It kind of makes sense. So we're going to write down x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That is the standard form of a circle. Okay? Got it. In this case, yes, smart girl. Yes. So this is r squared. So then in this case, the radius would be the square root of 25. So, and you notice in math, if you see minus minus, it means opposite. Correct? Remember that? Yeah. So it means opposite. So we know that it's going to be the opposite sign. So first of all, the center of this circle is positive 2, negative 3, because this is opposite, opposite. Right? We've seen that before, because if it's a minus h, then the means the opposite value. Minus k means the opposite value. So our center is at positive 2, negative 3, and our radius is simply going to be, if r squared equals 25, Daisy, you're totally correct, then r is equal to the square root of that, or r is the square root of 25, or r is 5. I know I way over explained that, but I'm going to show every step because I'm the teacher, right? Okay, so then it's easy. You're just going to find the center at 2, negative 3. Okay, and then what I do is I just go from there, out 5, back 5, up 5, down 5, and try and draw in a circle. If my circles look like eggs, then okay, as long as it's in the right spot, right size. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got 4 points. And all I'm going to do is do my very best job to draw in a circle. So I'm just going to try and go make it look beautiful. Oh, here we go. There's an egg or a potato. Okay, there you go. A little bit caved in right here, but you know, it's all good, right? We know it's circle. If we want to get fancy, I can find a, well, actually, if I want to get fancy, you know, I could always use my compass to make it look beautiful. But I think I'm way past making it look beautiful. I think it's pretty ugly at this point, so it's pretty bad.
Looks better than mine.
Yeah. And it does not have to be perfect, by the way. Okay. Oh, my goodness, I'm way off on this one. Okay, anyway. I know, that's pretty bad. So, I mean, you got to put it in the right spot, have it pretty close to the right shape. If it looks eggish, it's good. If it looks like a circle, you are awesome, okay? Example 2. So we're going to go backwards. The center of the circle, so this is h, and that's k. So the center of the circle is at 3, 4. Has a radius of 4. What's the equation? Well, this is pretty easy. We're just going to go x minus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 4 squared, right? And I'll change that to 16. I will change that to 16, okay? So my equation is x minus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 16. Okay, this is pretty easy. You guys agree? Yeah, I mean, okay, turn the page. Oh, I go too fast, my bad. My bad. Thumbs up? Give me a thumbs up, Gavin, when you're ready.
All right.
Okay, turn the page. All right, example 3. What is the equation of the circle? Well, I pretty much need to find the center first. See if I can find the center. Seems like if I put a line right here, looks like that looks like a diameter. Yeah, I think that's a diameter. And then that looks like that's a diameter. Yeah, that looks like a diameter. So it looks like the center's at 2, 2, right? So the center of this looks like it's at 2, 2. And the radius looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So then I'm going to go, okay, this is going to be easy. X minus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 4 squared, which is 16, right? And I'll change that to 16 in a second. I'm the teacher. I show every little step, even if it's annoying. Yeah, show Anna. Count it from here, center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Good question. So then I'm going to rewrite this. X minus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. That's the better answer. I would take the 4 squared. Of course I would. But 16 is better. Okay. Now number 4. There are 2 ways to do number 4. The easy way and the hard way. Let's do the easy way, okay? The hard way is to set it up in an equation and solve it, which I will show. The easy way is just simply to graph it. So I'm going to pull out a piece of graph paper and say, well, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. So okay, I'm going to go ahead. If I can see this, I can do this. So I'm going to go.
Please excuse the interruption. Those students going to the hospitality field trip and have turned in all their forms, please head down. The bus is here. Again, hospitality field trip. Bus is here. If you turn in your form, you may head down. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to keep teaching. So 1, 2, that's my center, and the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 lies on. Okay. That's enough. That's enough. That's all we need, right? Yeah, we automatically know the center's here at 1, 2, so my equation is going to be an x minus 1 squared plus a y minus 2 squared equals, let's see, let's count it, 1, 2, 3. The radius is 3 equals 3 squared, right? And so then you get an x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 9. Okay, now, what if you couldn't graph it? Okay, there's another way to do it. I want to show that to you. I'll put it on the whiteboard. Oh, I'll put it over here. What the heck, I'll do it. So if you didn't graph it, you could do it another way. We do know the center, and so we can go, okay, x minus 1 squared. You can just watch. Y minus 2 squared equals r squared, okay? We know that from the information, okay? Now the point 4, 2 lies on it, right, which is a x and a y value. So let's plug the 4 in for x. Let's plug the 2 in for the y, and we'll be able to solve for the r, wouldn't we? Without graphing it, you could just go, okay, I can take my 4 minus 1 squared plus my 2 minus 2 squared equals r squared. How am I doing?
Oh.
Or I've got 3 squared plus 0 squared equals r squared, and guess what? There it is, r is going to be 9. You guys agree? So then r squared equals 9, and you can just plug it into the equation. That's the mathematical or algebraic way to prove it. But that's easy. You guys agree? It's probably easier just to graph it, though, okay? All right, number 5. Oh, we might need to actually do this one. Because if I graph it, let's see, if I graph this one, let's see what happens. Okay, let's go to the point. Let me put this down on the graph. And graph paper is always nice. Maybe graph paper will work. So I'm going to go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Way down there. Way, there we go. Way down there. And a center at 3, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay. So there it is. So the circle is going to look something like this. Okay. What we know is we at least know this. My equation is going to be some parentheses x minus 7 squared plus y minus a positive 9 minus a minus or plus 9 squared equals r squared, okay? Jason's going to put his phone away. Of course he is. Okay. So now, here's the bummer. You know, the radius is there, right? We very well could use Pythagorean's theorem to get the radius. And that works too. We could get the radius by Pythagorean's theorem. Turns out to be a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. So we already know the answer is 5. It doesn't always work that way. So let's look at it algebraically. So I do know the radius is 5. Can you see this? 3, 4, 5 right triangle? Yeah, Daisy?
When I put the numbers in, I got a 5.8.
Well, let's check it out because you should know. Huh? Let's check it out. Let's see what we got, okay? So let me plug the numbers in. So that's an x and that's a y value, right? So let's go 3 minus 7 squared plus a negative 6 plus 9 squared equals r squared. Okay? And then I'm going to have a negative 4 squared plus 3 squared equals r squared. Daisy, how am I doing? And a negative times a negative is a?
Positive.
A negative times a negative is a?
Positive.
You guys really messed that up on the last test, but you fixed it, didn't you? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 16 plus 9 equals r squared.
I see what I did wrong.
Good.
5 equals 5 again.
So r is 5, right? So my answer then for this one is going to be a parentheses x minus 7 squared plus a y plus 9 squared equals 25. How's that? Okay, now I got one more thing I'm going to show you, okay? It's in your homework. And I'm going to do one of your homework assignments, okay? Now, you ready?
Hold on, Mr.
I will. I will wait for you, okay? I will. Let me slide it, okay? Now, what if somebody completely silly, okay, would take this silly thing and write x minus 7, and FOIL it out. And take this x plus 9, and FOIL it out. Silly, and then do all that work and get it all. I mean, what a silly way, because that's imperfect. But somebody silly might have done that. So then it might look something like this. So, number 12 on your homework. Okay. So then the bummer is on number 12, it's not in the right form. But do you remember how to complete the square? You take half of b, 1/2 b, you square it, add that to both sides, factor. Okay, let me show you, okay? It's been a while. So the first thing I'm going to do on this is let's go ahead and rewrite this. So we're going to rewrite it. I'm going to rewrite. And I'm going to put the x's together. X squared minus 8x. Leave a space. Leave a space. And I'll leave this up there for you, unless you guys want to write this down on a separate sheet of paper. I don't know. Plus, this should be plus a y squared plus a 4y. Leave a space. And I'm bringing the 16 over. Okay? Now, it's been a while, but what's half of this? And what's 4 squared? Half of this, 4 is 4 squared, so get 16. So I'm going to go plus 16. I'm going to go plus 16. Okay? What's half of this? 2 squared is, so we're going to go plus 4, plus 4. Okay? Remember doing that at all?
No.
Well, we did it a long time ago. Okay, now this will factor x minus 4, x minus 4, right? Multiples of 16, that make negative 8, right? And whoa, yeah, how about x minus 4 squared? Plus, this will factor, right? Y plus 2, right? Because multiples of 4 that add 4. But let's rewrite that as a y plus 2 squared. Cool. 32 and 4 is 36, right? There's my circle. Pretty cool. So if we had to graph it, we know the center is at 4, negative 2. My radius is the square root of 36, which of course is 6. And to graph it, I'll put on my graph paper, and I'll have her done, and I'll be finished, and I'll pass it your homework, and then number 12 is done for you, huh? Even though I want you to do it again, don't I? You know I do. You know I want you to do it again. Heck yeah. Because you need practice, right? So 4, negative 2, radius is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see how good this one looks. Still looks like an egg, doesn't it? Oh! Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. I do have, if you are a perfectionist, I do have compasses. Obviously, I'm not.